Tonight on Hip on the Spot News. The Kola Map is almost here and we got some juicy info. Get to know the price, the features and what is to come. We dissect the latest FAQ for the mighty Chinook. And you get to discover what is and what will come later. This and more on How I Play. This video is sponsored by World of Tanks. Hello virtual pilots, I'm Andre Celesti and tonight we are going to talk about the latest news in DCS world. It's the beginning of May and the sun is up. We had a little break in the middle of the week and now we are back to deliver more news from the world of Digital Combat Simulator. Also, keep an eye for our Polychop simulation interview. The video will be launched very soon. Today we will be talking about the Kola Map and its imminent release in early access and the mighty Chinook and more details about what to expect. But before we do that, let's hear from today's video sponsor. World of Tanks is a free online game accessible to anyone, beginners just like me or competitive pros that want to master the art of tank warfare. You get a huge tank arsenal at your disposal with over 800 vehicles from tank destroyers and artillery to light, medium and heavy tanks. How you play is up to you. Blast your way deep in enemy territory, use ambush tactics, or defend and take your enemies from afar. And speaking of territory, World of Tanks features over 40 battle arenas, all with their unique feel, in which you can immerse yourself during the battles, plan the best tactic with your teammates and take advantage of the terrain. All models in World of Tank have a strong historical accuracy, filled with authenticity and featuring high-quality models, a complete damage effect and visible upgrades. All of this makes you feel like a real tank commander, taking part in a furious armored offensive. And so, for all tank commanders out there, we have a call to action. Download World of Tanks using the first link in the video description. And if you are a new player, use the code COMBAT and you will get 7 days of premium access, 250,000 credits, the Premium Tank Cromwell B, and 3 rental tanks for 10 battle each. And if you are a returning player, you'll get 3 days of premium access, the 2D style bargain camouflage, 7 days rental of the Premium Tank Centurion Mk 5/1, or 100,000 credit compensation if you already have this tank in your garage. More information in the video description. So tomorrow, the 3rd of May, marks the day we should be able to get the Kola Peninsula. ORBX has announced that from the normal price of $69.99, we will get a 20% discount for the map, making it $55.99, keeping in mind that the purchase price may also increase as the map evolves with further content. Good to know. The most confusing part for some users in the DCS community was this statement on the ORBX page. The Kola Map available on ORBX Direct is not compatible with the Steam version of DCS World. Now, to clear out the confusion for everyone, you can rest assured that the Kola Map is sold exactly like other third-party modules, like Hitler for example. They have their own store on their website and are required to say that indeed, if you buy it on the store, it won't be compatible with the Steam version of DCS, as you will get a key that needs to be placed in the DCS store. If you are a Steam user, you will need to buy it on Steam, and yes, it will be available on Steam, don't you worry. And speaking of that, we will make sure to let you know when the Steam version goes live, as we are watching, always watching. ORBX also informed us on what features we can expect to be integrated in the Kola Map when the early access release happens, and what will come later in the future. The initial focus will be on Finland and the Russian border that will contain central Finland and the western parts of the Murmansk and Karelia regions of Russia. In the early access release, we should expect 4 high-detail areas focusing on 2 airports in Finland and 5 in Russia, plus their urban and rural surroundings and infrastructure. But wait, there is more. It doesn't mean that the rest of the map is blank or something. There will be 2 additional airports in Norway and 3 in Sweden. This will be functional but not fully detailed in the early access release. As for the civilian infrastructure, we should expect a variety of assets like bridges, monuments, hydro dams, power stations, port facilities, landmark buildings, open pit mines, towns and small villages, and industrial sites. The map also features improved night lighting for cities and towns, plus a main road and rail network with bridges and tunnels which are connected across the map and allows long-distance AI routing. Nice! Natural landmarks and geographic features are also depicted, like the Norwegian fjords, detailed coastlines, snowfields, forests, and wetlands, tens of thousands of lakes, and large river systems. And saunas, don't forget the saunas. Kiitos. The map will be at first set with summer textures. And yes, summer is a thing up in the north. Map features represents the current era, but includes allowances for the late Cold War era. Examples are operational road runways and fully functioning Russian air bases to enhance mission options. So that's what we should expect later this Friday, if the map comes out, of course. We will do our best to secure a copy of the Kola Map and make a review, in comparison with other maps from DCS World, so you can make a good impression on what this map is all about. Moving on, from what we know until so far, the planned features for the future look something like this. They will add additional detailed military airfields and installations, with more naval and army bases, ports and storage areas, radar communication sites, and of course air defenses. And very important, we will also get to see Cold War era Swedish and Finnish road runways. Finally, the Viggen gets its natural habitat. We will get more civilian airports as well, and additional cities and towns, and very important, the winter textures will be implemented later in development. So fear not, winter is coming. They also mentioned that later in development to expect further improvements to landscape textures and features. Nice! So that's all we got to say when it comes to the Kola Map for now, but stay tuned as more info will be presented later after release. Moving on, the upcoming CH-47F Chinook is bit by bit getting prepped for the DCS experience, and ED prepared for us a detailed FAQ in order to provide more information and answer some of your questions about the module. As the Chinook is planned for a June 2024 release, users continue to ask when will they be able to pre-order on Steam. ED responds that sadly, for the time being, we won't be able to pre-order the module on Steam, but they will continue to try working with Steam to make something happen. But right now, this product doesn't meet the Steam's pre-order requirements. Now, you need to understand that Steam had before this policy of a release date, a date and time for any pre-order. It's nothing new. But this year, it seems that they either double down on it or there is something else that stands in the way of our DCS modules and a pre-order. Whatever it is, let's hope they find a way to resolve this. Moving on, with the listing of the early access features that we can expect for the Chinook being a bit light, they reassured us that the list will be updated as they have more info. So, we will get multi-crew, but the door gunners and rear gunner support is planned after the release. Sadly, it seems that the logistic revamp won't be there at the start. This is a novel system that they are developing and won't be available in the early access. They say it will be implemented later during development, and it will dynamically allow the player to determine what is loaded and unloaded from the aircraft, based on the weight and area. This will tie in with the rescue operation as well as the down pilots and CSAR, cows included. Rest assured, it's on their high priority for the Chinook and other cargo transport aircraft. Well, I won't deny it, I am a bit disappointed about this, but hey, what can you do? Oh, and speaking of cows, the Fat Cow FARP capabilities is planned as well. And when it comes to water landings, well, as expected, DCS needs to have the water landing physics implemented first. So I guess 2 weeks? Well, we will stay on the watch for further details about the Chinook. Hopefully we get some details sooner rather than later. Thank you all for watching until the end of our video, and a big thank you for World of Tanks for sponsoring this video. Make sure you check it out and use the available promotion. Also, remember that our 2 Afghanistan full maps giveaway continues. More information will be in the video description on how to participate. Remember to check our sponsors VR-RAAC for your VR blue light protection and prescription lenses, Foxtree Managed Solutions for the best DCS servers out there, delanclip for your wireless head tracking experience, Moza Racing with their amazing technology, and PIMAX for the most quality VR headsets that the market can offer. And subscribe to keep in touch with all the latest news on your favorite simulators and games. I am Andre Celesti. reminding you to fly safe, and I'll see you next time.
Right.